Welcome back to my tutorial called Divisions. Sorry, last time I was interrupted by my screencasting device, which stops me every 15 minutes without warning. So, we were talking about the, sorry about that, my image holder division, which would be the division that we installed here in my HTML document. And the background color turns out to be A9, A9, A9. If you were following me from my last tutorial, you'll know that I pasted in the wrong color in my last tutorial. So, this is the right color, and this is what we want to do. Now, I'm noticing that I have a few things to correct. If I just go check my reference image, you'll see that I want my title first to be centered in the document, and I want it to have a much wider margin on the top, and I also want my paragraph to have a wider margin as well. However, here we have a problem, and if I take off my arrow for now, we just see that there's a big space between this link and this title that's not supposed to occur. And also there's a space between our image division and our paragraph. And you might wonder why. And that's actually because of the margins of my title and of my paragraph. Okay, Firefox is automatically adding margins to my paragraph and my title. Those are automatic styles. It's very normal. You have to override them. But the problem is that they are only adding one white space in one direction. Here I have a paragraph margin, and you see that it's not colliding with the title margin. So to correct that problem, we're going to go into Style Sheet again. We're going to just add a new declaration which concerns H1 and paragraph, and we're going to set their margin on 0. So what that'll do, you notice, it corrects our problem. If I refresh, here we go. So one thing we'll want to make happen is center our title and our paragraph. So what we'll do is text align, not align, but align, I'm not British, and we'll call it center. And that will center both my title and my paragraph. Okay, so for my margin, we were saying that for my title, I was saying that I would want to have a larger padding on the top. So what we do, we'll call it padding top, and we're going to set a padding of 30 pixels here. So we see right now how that gets adjusted. And for padding right and padding left, I won't do anything. For padding bottom, I hit the 0 key. Sorry, bottom. For the bottom, we're just going to put a little 10 pixels, I think. If we compare that to our original image here, we could add about 10 pixels each way. So I'll put 40 pixels here and 20 pixels here. There we go. Now for our paragraph, oh boy. For our paragraph, we're gonna add also a padding just on the top. On the bottom I meant. So padding bottom. And I forget how it looked exactly. Let me just go check. Oh yeah, there's quite a padding. So we're gonna put 40 pixels again. Note that that is gonna apply to any paragraph. Not 4 pixels, 40 pixels. I'm sorry. Okay, so note that that'll apply to any paragraph. Now, if you had any web page with a lot of text, you might want your titles to be reasonably spaced from your paragraphs, but not a paragraph to have 40 pixels beneath it. So what we'll do to fix that is I will use a little, let's say 8 pixels for my margin, even 10 for my paragraph margin. However, I will go in my division. Now, if I use the little handy arrow, I can only select the divisions that are spanning the width. Actually, our division is called image holder. Cancel this arrow selector, it's bothering me right now. Okay, here we go. Our image holder is the no, that's the wrong one actually. It's the title, picture title. Here we go. So this is the division right here. We have 4. Remember, we have our navigation. wait a minute. Yeah, navigation is the top one. And picture title is the one here. Image holder is the one here. We should have another one. Okay, we don't, but we do have another division over here. It has no name. So we will add a padding on this division, and we'll add a bottom padding so that the paragraph looks spaced exactly the same as how we wanted it before. I think I'm getting unclear here, so I'll just get going. Padding. I don't usually type like this. I want you to be conscious of that, please. But never mind. So that fixes our problem. Now we have it looking exactly as we wanted it to. So what this has done is it added a 30 pixel padding on the bottom of this division, and we have again a 10 pixel padding. Maybe I can demonstrate this better if I just use my arrow. So here's our H1, and you'll notice the padding is all around. Paragraph in our division. Now I'm trying to figure out why my paragraph margin is not being applied. Let me just see. Oh, well, it collides with margin. Okay, great. It kind of bothers me that it does that. I don't know, there must be some explanation, or probably somebody can explain to me why margins and paddings don't collide. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but you just kind of had to figure it out. Okay, so next we would like to make sure that this division and this division here each are only the width of a telephone browser. Therefore, if I press Ctrl-Shift-M, we'll get a... Let's take for granted this is the size of a telephone. Okay? So we'll see here that our... whatever width the page gets, that's whatever width our divisions have too. However, that's not what we want to occur. We'll want this to have maximum width of 320 pixels, because we have 320 by 480 written here. So we want these two divisions to have a maximum width of 320 pixels. The two divisions we're talking about are division navigation, which is our little division here, which doesn't have much in it, and a box link, which would be this one over here. So I seem not to have selected box link. Yep, I haven't selected it. So I'll just div box link right here, and we're gonna make a maximum width of 320 pixels, we were saying. So notice that won't do anything right away, but I'll show you in a moment. Max width 320 pixels. Okay. So once we resize our page, look at that. The divisions here, we have a link that's spanning the width of the division, and the division stops at this point. And since the link spans the width of the division, it'll only get as wide as the division itself. And since we've limited that division to 320 pixels, this is how wide it gets. Okay, so that means that we're getting going here. This is going well. So now let me just go back. We don't want to write this in our navigation division. Our navigation division is this brownish purplish one here. We want to have home and 1 and 2 and 3. So we'll just note the proportions. If you can mentally note that, it's kind of, I don't know, this would be 2/3 the size of this length. So I'll just try a number. We're going to write a height of, it's got to be 400 pixels, I suppose. Yeah, about that. We're going to put it a bit less. I'm going to do 380 pixels. There we go. Actually, I put it 75. And that'll permit us to have the space to install our Hey, it's not right here. I'm wondering why these two don't look correct. Okay, well, let's just make it 340 pixels. Yeah. Huh. Okay, I can't really explain to you why that is the case. So right now it seems that it's really 350 pixels and not 320 as is publicized by... Okay, I'm sorry. Do be aware that there are differences. Like, if you look at the resolution of an iPhone, it's going to be many thousands of pixels. However, here what we're looking at is not resolution pixels, but rather reference pixels, which are defined as, I think, 96 pixels per inch when you're looking at an image 1 foot away, or some weird definition of that sort. What that means is that physically, when I look at my screen and I compare a phone and a computer and whatever, no matter the resolution of the screen, I'll have the same size, the equivalent size with the equivalent number of pixels. So that's what we're trying to do. So I think I've gone kind of far enough with this right now. And what I'll do next tutorial is that we'll actually start adding images in here, and we'll show how to make things flow one over the other as we have over here. So, thanks for watching, and I'm eager to see you in our next tutorial.